Guys, we've gotten to the point where migrant spending in the overwhelming majority of gigantic cities has become crazy. So like recently, Chicago decided that they were going to start suing for information, like actual information, not the information they put on the website where nothing is really itemized, where we're not able to see actually where the money is actually going, right? I'm starting to believe that every single major city, specifically the citizens, should start suing. That's kind of where I'm at right now, mentally, at least, right? At least for information. Because I'm not sure we're being told everything. And I think it's important to know where and how the taxpayer money is being spent, guys. Right? But all right, the name of the video is Lawsuit Shows How Migrant Funds Are Being Spent in Chicago. Let's find out.
Now to NBC5 investigates, which for months has followed the money trail tied to Chicago's migrant mission. Total spending now tops more than $400 million.
Now, despite the creation of a city spending website, it's still not exactly clear where all of that money has gone. In his follow-up report, investigative reporter Bennett Haberly uncovers some new information not shared by the city.
Oh, yeah.
Consider these numbers. More than 6,000 people still live in city-run migrant shelters.
Okay.
That means costs are still adding up. Since August of 2022, the city of Chicago has spent more than $400 million, according to the city's spending website. Nearly $253 million went to one private company, Kansas-based Favored Healthcare Staffing, which staffs the shelters.
I guess so the main question here is who exactly is on the board of that company? Right, and this is obviously not a small company if they're getting that much money, right? So I want to know exactly who that works in the government has ties to that corporation here, guys. I'm sorry. That's too much money to be giving to a company, bro. So be honest. That's the overwhelming majority of the $400 million just spent. We need definitely a little bit more itemization.
Another $76 million went to Equitable Social Solutions.
What is that?
That company partnered with another called ReloShare, which helped identify and sign lease agreements with property owners of the buildings that eventually became the migrant shelters.
That's where a number of those leases are.
But when we asked the city months ago for copies of these lease agreements, we were given just 9 out of 27. The use of these private companies has helped mask from public view where the public dollars have flowed. What we didn't know until now is how much the property owners of the migrant shelters were earning. But thanks to a new lawsuit, we're being provided some more clarity. A lending company filed this lawsuit last month against 2 Chicago developers, alleging they did not make it clear when they signed a loan agreement that the building in the West Loop would be used to house migrants. What is not in dispute is that the owners of the Ogden shelter are paid $150,000 a month by ReloShare as part of a use agreement.
I'm sorry?
That means in a year's time, they'd receive more than $1.8 million. The lease agreement also calls for additional payments of up to $400,000 if the number of migrants inside the Ogden shelter exceeds 650. The latest figures show more than 700 people still live here. If there are public dollars involved, shouldn't the public know where they flow?
Guys, those numbers don't make any sense. So hold on, guys.
700 people still live here. If there are public dollars involved, shouldn't the public know where they flow?
100%.
Back in March, Alderman Andre Vasquez, the chair of the City Council's Migrant Committee, told us aldermen themselves have had a hard time accounting for all the spending.
That's still the question that's out.
When we attempted to ask Mayor Brandon Johnson about this at the time, he said this.
Again, we're meeting you right where you are.
Guys, keep this in mind here. I just did the math here. It's coming out to basically being way more, all right, than the average person would even spend on an apartment, bro. I think that if they're doing this out of the kindness of their hearts, which they are not, in fact, they're doing it because they understand that, government contracts are going to pay top dollar, right? But the amount of money that they're spending on rent for each migrant is absolutely ridiculous.
Not for this new lawsuit. The public would have no idea how much these property owners are earning.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you.
We pressed the mayor about this last week and asked if he would consider adding the information to the city's website. He said this.
We have given an accurate account of how dollars have been spent.
Because you were forced to. They sued you.
That's it?
Is there anything that would preclude your administration from sharing that level of detail?
There's no information that has been kept from you.
Johnson then reiterated talking points he's made before, how he's renegotiated contracts to save taxpayer money, and how Congress has failed to provide additional financial relief.
Listen, the contracts in fact need to be renegotiated, guys. We're talking about way too much money being wasted.
He also doubled down, incorrectly stating that all spending information is available.
That information is available to you, sir.
Not all of it, though, is, sir. I mean, that's the point.
Can you give me a specific example of what's not available?
The Ogden shelter in the West Loop, that's what is spelled out in this lawsuit, that they get $150,000 just for being the property owner per month. Nowhere is that available on the city's spending website. My question, again, is simply, is there anything that would preclude you from including that level of detail? You guys have said you're transparent. Why not show it?
All of the information related to the spending to this mission is available.
Okay, so similar talking points.
Where we left it. We have checked over and over again to see if additional information was added
to the
city's website.
Of course not.
If it is, we'll let you know.
Yeah, don't worry. Guys, definitely, in fact, do not hold your breath waiting for information, more information. It seems like all of these cities are trying their hardest to spend as much money as humanly possible. Like, they're literally going for the people who are charging the most amount of money to deliver any type of service. This is not conducive to the benefit of the city. It just isn't. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars, guys. But all right, guys, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Chicago's not the only city that's doing this, guys. They aren't. Catch you guys later. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.